There we go. There he is. It's finishing the half of my sandwich while Jazzy's staring at me, aren't you, Jazzy? Because you know I love spoiling you. And you take advantage of it, don't you? All dogs do, naturally. I sent you an invite to the party if you want to say g'day and welcome. I've only put 3 or 2 on the numbers so it can be quiet and peaceful. What? I'll restart it and try it again, the party thing. Hang on. There you go. Sent you a fresh invite to a separate new party. Plug my headset in again. Charge it up for tomorrow. You there, bro? Good girl. Just finish this drink. All good. Maybe I should try it this way. Ah. Hey, how you going, brother? Where are you, in England? Well, that's what it is. It's probably trying to connect up to my the new NBN broadband network in Australia and your network. What's yours like? What's the name of your company or whatever? Tell me a bit about that. Which is is it, so your cable things run to your satellite on the roof, which picks up to the big tower, for your Virgin tower? Yeah. Oh, well, wireless. I've got a direct line too. I think I have. I don't know. I've got the new satellite thing, and I had the ADSL1 or whatever it is, the Dodo, and that wasn't real good. It was glitching and delays and shit a bit. And now the new the Dodo NBN broadband network with the satellite on the roof. And I had wireless and whatever, and it was no average. Now this is really heaps better. Like mates have watched broadcasts for 2 or 3 hours and it haven't had any glitches or whatever, you know. What the hell happened? Did you catch any of that, bro? You didn't hear me? Oh, no, but did you end up hearing the last bit of my conversation or whatever? Oh, right. So you can hear me, but your end of hearing is playing up a bit, is it, or you whatever? The standard PS4, like the first ones you get, the little one piece thing, the little. Oh, you mean the $29 one, not the real cheap little fucking thing you stick in your ear with the little cord, tiny little wire thing. That's the crappy one. But then you got the sometimes they come with ones a little bit better in the machines. But now there's the $29 standard one where you can talk to people, but you can't hear the sound effects. Is that the one? And that's the one piece, eh? One piece or two, or one piece, yeah. That's the one. Oh, so yeah, so you got both earpieces, but it's just for talking for online, yeah, sort of thing. All right. Well, yeah, I got. Oh, you've got the Afterglow. You've got a better one for the PS4. Yeah, but what are you talking about though? Do you mean Xbox? Because when I mentioned it to you, I was talking about my new Xbox One Afterglow Level 5, which has got enhanced quad boost for sound effects and gameplay. But it's got the green fluoro afterglow on the sides of the ears, which is pretty cool. Is that what you meant? You've got an Xbox One as well? Or did you mean you've got an Afterglow PlayStation version of an Afterglow? What? Are you serious? So mine should be too. Are you serious? That's that's because that's because it's Microsoft, mate. Biggest one of the biggest companies in the world. And how do you? I'm looking down here, and it says 4 plus 4, and then in a big green square with Xbox there. It says 4 plus 4, whatever that means. Works with Xbox One connection. No, works with Xbox One controllers with a 3.5mm stereo headset jack, Fongtone AVEC less minutes, Xbox One, blah blah blah, French shit. Hang on a minute, let's look on the side here. Premium wide headset, quad boost, enhanced audio drivers for enhanced sound effects and gameplay. Level 1 is a chat headset. That's the one you've got. You've got a level 1, which is chat only. What? It's either wired to controller or it says microphone pivoting, controls inline, power passive, speakers 30mm, connection wired to controller. Level 1. That's the one you got now, but it's not. What's the brand name? Like, is it a PlayStation 1, a Sony one, or a Microsoft Xbox? Yeah, which is the standard level 1, but a Sony one, not a, yeah, because they're both. You know what I mean. You can get the standard ones on both. Yeah, and, and now I'm reading level 3, and it says stereo game and chat, wired to controller, 40mm, and then it's a level 5, which is a premium wired headset, stereo game, sound effects and chat, 40mm, and it uses 2 times AAA batteries. What? What the fuck? Hang on, but I'm not reading. This is the actual other side of it. That was the side of it. Hang on a minute. What does it mean here? It's a green box. It's an Xbox One Afterglow. But if you've got the Sony version of an Afterglow, yours would be a blue box with the blue light, not the green. I'm pretty sure, because my best mate works at EBA store, and he shows me all the ones up on the shelf and shit. And because I bought the top of the range fucking 200, not the $500 one, because he said they're not as good as what they make out. He said the $200, $300 ones are they're the top ones, and they're better. He said you don't have to spend heaps of money to try and make out you've got, like, to get the best expensive one, which is the best, because it's not the case all the time. He said the one I've got's a $400 or $500 one, and it's shit, and it's not as good as the other ones. You reckon? He said the $300 surround sounds, virtual reality surround sound, special effects, fucking Sony one, 7.1 or whatever it is. That's the one I got. Where's the box? Where's the box, man? That sounds funny. Wish we could find our boxes that are pussy boxes. Actually, fur burgers would be better. Let's find our fur burgers. Here we go. PlayStation, Sony, wireless, DualShock wireless, virtual reality surround sound controller, Magma Red, $90 reduced from 100 and something dollars. Yeah, I got the surround sound wireless. Yeah, the ones I got on now, they're just so cool, man. You can turn them up, you can mute them, you got different modes, you got bass on it, surround sound, and the sound effects, and everything just sounds so real and in your mind. Like, that's how intense they are. You should get one of them. Universal, see? As soon as you say that universal word, that means they're compatible. I'm still looking. Where is it? Where does it say compatible or something? Oh, right. So this would be, yeah, because there'd be newer ones now. There'd be a new version of the one you've got, probably, eh? Oh, wow. Comfortable, lightweight design, easy accessible controls for volume adjustment and microphone. What else does it say? Finely tuned 40mm drivers, additional bass impact, haptic drivers, surround quad boom to your game, for more boom to your game. Wow, that sounds good, eh? Headset jack. Well, this is... Yeah, well, it's similar to the surround, similar to my Sony ones, these ones, but not as good, but almost as good. These Xbox One ones. But there's no instructions. But I want to take it back. Now that you've told me that, I might take it back and try and get one that's compatible in case my Sony one breaks down, because then I can use them for both. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Oh, well, I'm pretty sure they do, man. A lot of Universal things are pretty... Oh, my God. They've already put 2 batteries in there for me. But didn't I read three times double A? I'm sure I read 3 times double A, didn't I? Yeah, look, times 2, but it's... Oh, no. I was thinking the actual... You know how you got double A, meaning double A size, and triple A. I was not reading it properly when it said users times 2 triple A. I was thinking that the triple A meant 3 batteries, but I didn't click on. I knew what I already know, but I wasn't concentrating. But I've got 2 batteries, man, so that's grouse. These look so comfortable. They got special plastic wrapped around them and everything, man. They look so nice and comfortable, these Xbox ones. And they light up, too. Maybe I should leave the plastic on them. That's a good idea. Because they're green or something. Oh, bright blue. Yeah, that's cool. Because there was green and blue in the Tron, wasn't there? There was, eh? There was lots of colours. There was red. They had like an orangey red type evil dudes, but there was a blue and a green type good people, or Trons or whatever. I'm gonna... Hang on a minute. Oh, this plugs into my Xbox controller. Oh, right. So it's like the PlayStation one. And it's got a mouthpiece thing. Sick. Mad. Yeah, that's what my Sony one does. Yeah, it's got all the buttons. Oh, so that's where the batteries go. Hang on a minute. Let me just work this out. Please tell me you're a bit older, aren't you, bro? You're like me. You're not exactly like a 15-year-old like some of the other people we play with. Yeah, or some of the... You're like me. Well, there you go. So you're an adult, and you're... how did you end up seeing the dwarves? Did you just were looking in the live broadcast or something? And what's the matter, puppy dog? You want to come up and sit with me? Come on, get up there. Ah, for fuck's sake, dog. Hang on, sorry, mate. Get up there. Get up. Come on. She's so spoiled, mate. She's my 4 or 5-year-old female sheepdog named Jazzy, and she's the best present I've ever got from my parents or family. You know, because I lost my first little blue heeler Jack Russell because he got killed, whatever. Yeah, but she's so spoiled, man. She's just sitting there now, and she's sitting behind me on the single recliner chair, and she's got her left paw up on the little arm rest bit. And she's just looking over the side, looking at my coffee table, sniffing around where my red bag of frogs are. Because I gave her little bits of frogs a couple of times over the years, and she likes them. You know what us Aussies and English are like. We love our animals and we spoil them good too, don't we? Oh wow! Yeah, that's what mine does. She likes a. Well, yours would, yeah. They do knock you flying, but mine. Hang on, I'll just find this battery. What did I do with it? Whoops! Dad lost the battery. Oh no, I'm gonna have to hop down here and look for it. Hang on, mate. Ah, shit! I've dropped the battery on the floor here. Holy crap! Where'd it go? I've really lost it. Oh no! What did I do? Oh, damn it! Oh, I'm trying to put these batteries in this controller, but I'll worry about it later. I don't think it's got. Where's the buttons? Oh yeah, it has got some buttons on the side. Second, a volume thing. Oh yeah, and it's got an algorithm thing. Like it's got an up and down, a little algorithm thing, and a couple of buttons there. And what else? Yeah, it should glow too. Well, they look pretty comfortable, man. I feel like they're going to be real comfortable, eh? Please tell me you're an intelligent gamer like me and you don't just have the one system. You've got at least a Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and Xbox 360 like me, or a computer even. Oh, oh, you're up there, bro. You're ahead of me. With the PC, you're ahead of me because I've got a 360. So I'm basically the same because you've got a PS3 and 4, and you've got a Wii. Well, a Wii's sort of standard because that comes with that can be compatible to a lot of systems. It's like a special virtual reality type of game thing, isn't it? Because you're playing like you don't need controls, and it's like you're inside but outside the machine sort of thing, and you're just doing everything, and it just picks you up. It's like, yeah, motion camera thing. It's like a camera. It's like a new little side thing to the gaming world, like the virtuality. There's the upgrade to the virtuality now, but they've got all these little side things and side systems and games, like the little PS Vitas and the PS. Oh, there's so many I can't keep track of them. How many? There's the little tiny There's a PS, whatever they're called, and then there was the PS something, and then there's the new ones or something in there. There's like, oh, 3DS Nintendo DS, isn't it? 3DS or something. That's it. That's the one I've seen, the 3DS, and then a Nintendo something as well. Yeah. Oh, what? Walk out the door with the what? What? Well, what? You mean the virtual reality one? Oh, okay. That's a nice name, Layla, eh? I've got to move this chair so I can find the battery. Oh, fuck. Wow. Sweet, man. That sounds good. So, and this is the new one that's coming out, the hybrid thing you're talking about. And it's like, So that means it's similar to the Wii, sort of, isn't it? Because it's like a motion virtual sort of cross thing, crossbred virtual. Yeah, but how do you get to walk outside? What are you looking at, though? Oh, so you can looking at the screen, but it's not like where you got to sit there with the controller. So it's sort of like cross between a non-controlling thing to it's basically like a new version of a computer game thing, like a console, cross between a console tab game thing where you can walk away and like a wireless type, little bit of wireless theory in there or something. I don't know. Sort of seems like that, doesn't it? With a bit of everything, like you said, a hybrid. What do they call them things? When they're doing a prototype trial to see how the first lot of them go or whatever, like they always do. I'm just going to take my headphones off for a sec, man. I'm just going to look for this battery because I need to test them. So I'll be back. I'll be back in one sec. Just going to put it up. Come on, Jess, come. Get up on your bed. Come here. Good girls. Just let Daddy fix it. I've got to find out where the battery is. There it is. Oh. Good girls. Come on then. Get back up there. You're a spoiled little girl. You're a spoiled little girl and you know it, don't you? You're a spoiled little girl, aren't you? Just gave her a kiss. I kissed her and I got a heap of hair to my mouth. I don't usually have that happen. Oh, excuse me. You got me that time, Josie. Cheeky girls. You cheeky girls. You cheeky girls. Where's your tail? Wag your tail. Wag your tail. You good girl? He's a good girl. Josie. Hello, Josie girl. Hello, Josie girls. Here's a good girl. You don't wag your tail. You just look at me. Only when I'm pulling out a bit of food or something. She's so spoiled, man. I wish I could take a photo on my phone and my PS4 app or something and just take a photo of her just sitting there. She's sitting on a single recliner leather thing, brown. I'm in my little mouse house cabin. It's like a little 2-bedroom cabin. I've got a little kitchen sink, 2 cupboards and 2 drawers and a little tiny bench that's sort of joint onto it. And then there's a little doorway going into the bedroom, and as you walk through the doorway, there's another little bench about joint onto the wall. As you walk through the square doorway, and the wall's right there beside it, there's a bench about 1 metre to 1.5 metres off the ground. The bench just joins straight there, so I've got my toaster and other shit there. And then there's a little mini fridge, and there's a bed, single bed, and with big pull-out drawers for storage. That's an idea, actually. I've been wondering about storage lately, and I can store a lot of shit in there too. can clean up this place real good. Because I've been trying to get boxes, you know, them big plastic boxes you get from reject shops or cheap shops. Yeah, and they're not the real big ones, but they're like one of the biggest you can get. They're probably the large, and then there's one big extra large one up from that, I think. Yeah, they're about $7 or $9 or something, and I need to get two of them because I've got all my collector's stuff here. I've got my Assassin's Creed Jacob statue that I got in the collector's box with the cardboard big square picture 3D picture thing that's behind him, so it looks like he's standing sort of in a shadow at the front end of the underneath the industrial London train station. It's the real picture of it. That's the good thing about my mate was talking about. Your Assassin's Creed is good because it's real history and a lot of real stuff and real places and real people from history, and that's why they're so interesting. That's why I like them, especially with flying Leonardo da Vinci's little flying gliding thing that he made, the first thing that was ever made to fly or whatever. That was cool. I want to do that again. Well, yeah, but yeah, in real life he was very smart though. He did a lot of shit though in real life. He was one of the most intelligent blokes out. Fucking oath. Yeah, he was like a strategist and a theoryman, like a professor, and he just had a mind for stuff. I've read some of the books and shit on him, and I did in school and stuff, but yeah, my wife reads a lot of stuff. Yeah. Oh, God. Well, who's done what? What's your dog's name again? Alright. Oh. Oh no, that's sad. Just as you said that, I wanted to hear it because it's so interesting because I love things like this about dogs. But I just remembered because I was about to say, I'll test these earphones just before you said that. And as you said that, I realised the main thing that I forgot. There's probably two or three things that I forgot today, but I had $300. And I had a week's rent, $30 electricity, plus an extra 30 that I owed for electricity. That's $210, and I had about $100 plus 75, so 60 or something in my account. So that was enough to buy my earphones and pre-order the game For Honor that's coming out February 14th or 17th. And you like medieval games, obviously, I know, because I can tell. You like most medieval games, like Lords of the Fallen, Shadow of Mordor, Bloodborne, Dark Souls. Like Dark Souls and Bloodborne are games that you need a lot of patience for because there's like you just die and die and die and die and die until you learn how to parry and build up the spells and craft and all this shit, and fucking then you die 20 to 100 times. Like most of my mates have played it, they've died that many times, and then because if you haven't played them, like you've only played one a bit of, and then you end up playing Dark Souls 2 or Dark Souls 3, and then it takes you a long time to kill them and build up and get good at it, like most games. But these last 5 to 10 medieval, horror, survival, and medieval straight games that have been done over all these last games that I've talked about, there's more than just them four. We could go through about another 10 because there is about that many roughly. And they're all been really intense and hard and mysterious. So, and these next, I've been watching lots of shit on YouTube and on other apps and other shit through other shit, and it shows you different versions of trailers and different versions. You speak to the gamer people that are making them or some of the technicians. I watch some live feeds of the next 20, 30 games that are coming out over the next year or two that are fucking just full on, mate. Like, I've got a piece of paper here somewhere. Oh, I hope I haven't lost it. Fuck, I've got a piece of paper here of a game. There's a game called Angel Stone, and it looks so wicked. Please type it into YouTube and watch it. And make sure you watch the For Honor trailer as well. If not, watch Horizon Zero Dawn, because that comes out February the same time, the same week as For Honor. It's the one with, it's like, oh, hang on, what was that game that old mate mentioned before that you were talking about? That game you got, it's like a Mass Effect cross Far Cry, cross, what was the other one? There was another one I said, yeah, cross something, cross God of War or something like that. Because it's like science fiction meets, that's right, Far Cry Primal cross, because it's got like the dinosaurs in the old school and the hunter Viking side, because that chick has got tattoos and tribal sort of hunting Viking sort of thing, and her leader and all that you see in the trailer. But then there's the science fiction side, and there's also a mysterious side, because she's trying to find out about what's going on about the Earth and what that light is and what that spaceship is. And then you see in the trailer where she gets to near it somewhere or something. Like it's very mysterious, open world game by the looks of it, eh, brother? Yeah. Oh, the trailer. Fuck yeah, man. Yeah, that was good too. I watched bits and pieces of that stuff. Yeah. Excuse me. They look good. Oh yeah, but it's basically like watching the dinosaurs on Jurassic Park, the big massive ones with the long necks. It's like watching just every dinosaur walking around and flying around, but they're mixed with, they're like half robot, basically. It's weird. It's just so cool though. Oh man, I've already pre-ordered it. I think I pre-ordered For Honor and Horizon today. No, but if you pre-order through the proper system, depending on which system and app or whatever way you're doing it digitally or whatever, you can get a major discount with better DLCs or better bundles, and you get a big chunk off the price, and you can also play them 2 to 4 weeks earlier, depending, even a beta sometimes. Well, it all depends on why, what, how, what game, when, which way. You know, it all depends on what the person's decision on which way they go about it all, hey? Because that's the whole cool concept of it, isn't it? It's just interesting how everyone does things differently, because there's such a social media 21st century thing going on now where, like I said to my mates, I'm an Aussie, mate. I'm a true blue, good-hearted son out of 10 to 12 people, brothers and sisters, and I lost 2 to 3. One gassed myself in a car. My sister, I've long lost one sister, and my brother was an arsehole, and we don't really know him. But I lost another brother, Michael, at birth or when we was younger, so yeah. But I'm a fair income gamer, you know. I started playing games when I was younger with my brothers and stuff, and playing the old school Dungeons and Dragons game, like with you go into the stores, the novelty stores and the D&D stores, and you buy the scroll books. You buy the advanced Dungeons and Dragons Scroll Masters book, or the Advanced Fighters book, or the whatever, you know. And we used to play the real stuff, and I love that stuff. But I raised my son and my daughter, and my son and me love playing Lord of the Rings and stuff, or Mario Kart, or what else was there? What's another game? Siphon Filter or Rainbow Six, the old ones from PlayStation 1, and even the other Nintendos before that and stuff. But my son is 18 now, and 17, 18, and he's got like a laptop. He's got a PS1 still, probably. I know he's got a PS2 because I bought him one. He's got a PS3, PS4. He's got an Xbox 60, and probably an Xbox One. I'm pretty sure he's got two, and a computer and everything. And he had a model girlfriend, and he played rugby league and broke his ankle in 3 places, healed, then played basketball, then played union, and then he worked in a tender centre since he's been up there for about 3 to 5 years, and saved around 9 to 13,000 or something like that. And the last year or 2 years on and off, I think he's started, going out, growing up, being a bloke, being a young fella like all of us, and partying and drinking a bit and getting into a bit of mischief and stuff. And his mum's a bit worried about him, But getting back to the point, the kids these days are so smart that they just kick ass on games. They kick ass against a lot of our generation, bro, mine and yours, the 25 to 35 and 45-year-old people, all us old school people in the last generation, because you're a bit of the older generation, so you'd be classed in that category a bit. So that means we're like ahead of them, and they're all just so good at it, man. I'm sure you've noticed through your family and friends and people, some of the younger people that just kick ass, even the people me and you play against. They're so good at some of the shooter games, and we might be really good and we kick ass and we hold our own, but there's always a couple of the fucking young fellas that get fucking good sniper shots on us and heaps of extra kills, or they just stealth us with a bomb or something tricky, because they're so smart. The generation today are so meant to play these games, man. Like my son has got, yeah, and he's got all the FIFA. He's got all the FIFA soccer games. He's got the basketball games and the wrestling games. He's got all of them types of games, and he kicks ass on them. He smashes me, and I can't believe he's beaten older people before when I watched him playing at another house a while ago, yeah, it just shows you how smart kids are. I don't know. Well, they're growing up in a technological 21st century, so of course they're going to pick up on things a bit better. The computers have just grown so much better in the school educations now and shit. You can play your things everywhere now on your phones and tabs and all sorts of shit. Now we got virtual reality, so it's going to be even better. Getting back to the point, yeah. I've had a lot of problems, bro, with my PlayStation. I don't know how you went with getting 500 gigabytes or a terabyte or 2 terabytes on new systems or whatever. But a lot of people, we don't have enough room for all the different shit we do in media and video clips and other media things and downloads and uploads and new games and digital. And we don't have enough room, and we got to delete and move around games and shit that we haven't finished because we're trialing new stuff with mates that want to play mad games online or whatever. So I don't really want to get rid of my PS4 because I've only had it a year and a half, something, 2 years, and it's still in very good condition because I look after my shit and I cover them up with a towel or something every night so cockies and dust and shit don't get in at all. I'm about 98% look after them. The 2% is because we're not perfect and because there's always going to be some bit of bug or something getting around. But I'm going to trade it in, and the guy said to me I traded in Rise Son of Rome. I clocked it on Xbox One. I traded in Uncharted 4 Thief's End because that's one of my favourite games. It's really wicked. I traded that on PlayStation. Have you played them too? Rise Son of Rome, but it's excellent, man. It's just like watching the movie Gladiator cross between King Arthur. I think so, yeah, but it's still bloody good, man, and it's fucking excellent, man. When you do get an Xbox One, make sure you play it because it's got such a good story and battle techniques. Like you're a general with the red thing on your helmet, like a Roman general, and you're just fucking got mad sword tactics and upgrades and special fatal moves and shit, and you're taking on barbarian hordes, and you take a Roman fleet across the ocean to this barbarian tower thing, and this tower, the enemies are pulling these big chains across from one side and yous are trying to go into the canal, into the the round bit where you're coming in towards the tower and the island. It's like a cul-de-sac in a street, and you're trying to get in, but they keep pulling these massive chomper chains up. They pull them up out of the water, and you run into them, and it destroys all the Roman fleet. It smashes a few of them and fucks some of your fleet up, and you end up fucking getting out of the water and crawling in, and that's where you go through part of that mission, which is about a quarter to a third of the way through. And yeah, it's just you take on big barbarian hordes and fucking soldiers, and you're controlling the other men as well, like throwing spears and volley. And there's a couple of things where it makes you decide which you want to defend the right up high with the archers, or do you want to go down the left and be on foot and defend up front or something like that. That's gives you sort of different decisions as you go through. Yeah, it's really good, man. It's very intense and good special effects and really good fight scenes and shit. Like, if you love stuff like that, like Lords of the Fallen or Shadow of Mordor, exactly like what I'm talking about, you'll definitely enjoy it, brother. Oh, hang on. Didn't they just say the other day there was a date that came up? You know how at the end of the month, because sometimes they do it a little bit later than usual, like right in the middle of the month, they'll put the other four games we get for free, or it'll be a few extra days towards the end of the month, the third of the month, or whatever. Yeah. Well, that's what it said the other day. It said the date. It said like in the 4 days or 5 days, and it had the actual date there, and I knew that it was soon. And it said that's when they're giving these new games. Like they gave us a notification or something, and that's probably what you're talking about, eh? And what's it? Is it an? Is it RPG? Oh, that one. Yeah, that's the one I've already looked at last night. That looks really good, man. What's the trailer to it? That's pretty good. I like that guy. He looks like a fox warrior or a tiger man or something like that. Yeah, he looks like a fox. Have you? Oh yeah, but the battles and shit are pretty good though. It's well worth it, I reckon, to put up with the story maybe. Oh, I love story games, man. They're my favourite. I can't stand these people that are they're so up themselves. These young fellas, they think they know everything and they're the best shooters in the world. And I'm a Hall of Famer and I'm third in fucking America and Europe and blah, blah, and I can glitch and I can get these cheat glitches to get free money and to kills and all this shit. And do you want these free mods, mate? Oh, fucking, do you want to mod this? Can you mod this? Hey, anybody want a free police uniform? Blah 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 on GT5. Oh, mate, I can't stand the shit. They just drive me nuts, these young people. But the young people are making the good young gamers look bad because they're so obsessed with the crap. And it annoys us because we have to play with some of them because some of them are our friends, some of them aren't too bad, and there's always going to be a couple of obsessed idiots or wankers, or whether which way you look at it. There's always going to be a couple. Like I'm not perfect either, but I'm older like you and mature, and I've got fucking 300 to 500 friends, and I've got friends on my Xbox One account, and I did have friends on my 360 account that I haven't played for a while, but I've only got Red Dead Redemption, Assassin's Creed Rogue, with the $70 sticker still on it, still brand new in good condition, and Assassin's Creed Rogue is like a third of the way through the series, you know, and it's one of the best ones because he turned into a Templar and he hunted down the whole Brotherhood. He went from being in his prime as Captain Edward Kenway on the pirate ships, and fucking he was the cousin and the ancestor of Ezio and all the rest of them. Because Ezio's he was Ezio's cousin or brother or something like that. Because when Ezio finished in Revelations, that's when Captain Edward Kenway, which is the nephew or cousin to because I remember seeing something about it in the game or something, or reading something, and I know that he's a relation because, of course, they're going to try and keep the story relations and things sort of connected a bit, aren't they? They did for 3 of the games, but then they fucked it up and they changed it after that, and everyone was so disappointed. I heard of 2 or 3 years ago when I first, or in between 2 and 5 years, I started playing them ago. And everyone told me that. They were so disappointed because of the change they put in it. But then as they kept making the next 1 or 2 games, the Black Flag was a bit disappointing. I think some people liked Black Flag. A majority did, but some didn't because it was just a change from Ezio. They could have continued Ezio on for another 10 years or 20 years. Like some assassins are in their 50s to 70s and shit, and they're still kicking ass. You know what I mean? Like, they got to be a bit realistic about it too, because back in them days, assassins were more deadly than what they are today. Even in some ways they were big time because of just the way the world was and the atmosphere and everything. But And even today they can be even 10 times more deadly, but today there's more security and more deadly weapons and more hectic shit and more people. So, but uh, I'm pretty sure it was the Revelations one where the story changed a bit and something changed in the story there that everyone was upset about because they made him really older and they sort of made it like it was the end of the story. But there was a couple other particular things within the actual story that a few of my friends pointed out. I can't remember with deep detail, but I can remember, in general. And it was just disappointing. I don't know. Do you remember anything? Because you're just old enough to remember some of that prime shit about 5, 10 years ago. No, not just older. I meant like him being older and the gameplay and like the whole story change from him being in his sort of prime in Brotherhood with the Brotherhood and the real cool things they did with the Brotherhood thing, and then they went straight to where he's like 45 and he's getting a bit older but he's muscly and in his prime and he's got a beard, and the gameplay just sort of slowed down and the story sort of changed a bit. Like some of the missions that I'd seen in Revelations, like in the snowy mountain bit and the castle or something, like there was a couple of bits that changed, like totally different background and a different type of mission. Like there was a couple of things that I noticed in that were good, that sort of changed it and made it different in a different area and whatever. But I didn't play most of it. I only played like fucking probably 30%, 40% or something, and I think Brotherhood I got a bit further and then I got stuck. Which one's the one where you're hunting down the wolf pack or some wolf pack enemy or something and you've got to go down underground or through this underground tower thing and you're climbing along these walls and ledges and you've got to jump across and it's dangerous and shit and you're going down and whatever. And that's the bit that I got stuck on. Do you remember that bit? Is that in Brotherhood or Revelations? Does that ring a bell? It'd be about probably a quarter to a third of the way through, because I did a fair few missions and then I got there. And it was somewhere in Constantinople or Paris or somewhere, I can't remember. No, not Paris, that's Unity. It would have been, yeah, no, it might have been the other one. No, I'm just remembering some of the places. Well, if I get stuck, can you help me, man? Or I'll share play it and you can help me then. Yeah, because I don't really want to take it back because I just love the game so much, man. I've still got fucking Rogue, and I've still got Syndicate, and I've still got Unity in my library, but I haven't got the disc. I just, oh, that's where I was getting to with that. That's all right, thanks. But I was getting to that thing before. Um, that's the most important thing that I forgot today. A high definition adapter cord thing. I can't remember the actual name of it, but yeah, it's a double adapter one. I looked it up on the browser internet the other day, and we found the actual. Actually, I've got a screenshot of them. Sure, I have. I'm gonna have a look at my screenshots. Actually, yeah, I'll show you. I took a screenshot. Where do I go for that library? Don't I? Like for example, I got 63 games purchased. That means you've bought 63 games, haven't you? Or 63 games owned and bought. Because, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, the bottom bit says purchased, applications 11, games 9. So that means I got 9 games I'm playing at the moment in my system, but I have played 63 and purchased 63 or whatever, which you're sort of right. But on all, it just says 20, which is 9 games, 11 applications. So there you go. But that's only because I had to delete like Evolve when I haven't even finished it yet, and I love it. It's such a sick game. You've got Evolve too, haven't you? I noticed that, haven't you? Is it you? Oh, Spion. I wish you did, man. It's only like $10 or $20 now. If you can, try and get it, man. Join the community clan. It's Dynamite Killers, it's called, and it's a really good game. It's like, oh, okay. What do you do? And what were you doing, brother? Oh, like, what's a computer, like, what kind of programming though? Like, what do you mean? You mean, oh, right. Oh, so you can, you like, can you game stuff as well, like apps, game apps or backgrounds or anything like that too? Wow. Wow. What, so how often do you get a job to do a bit of freelance? So you've got like these companies, computer people or whatever that'll ring you up and ask you to come and fix up a computer app, or give me an example of some of the details so I can. Oh, okay. Yeah. And you created that. You created like a system app thing, like off the bat, or something that you've already done and created. Wow, man. Fuck. And you did 4 years to become a, what is it? A computer technician or something? What? Oh, right. Yeah. Fuck. Good on you, bro. Proud to hear it, man. So, so for example, how long did it take you to do that job at the taxi thing? Like, yeah. So how do you estimate your wages? Like, how do you estimate the job quote? Like, for example, that's a taxi thing. It's about a month roughly. Give me an example on how, if I was like you, or if I was doing something similar and I was estimating very similar to you, how would I do it? If you could just trust me as a mate to tell me. So, what was yours? What was yours? $50 an hour or 25 an hour or something? It'd have to be at least 20 to 30 because you're a tradesman and it's a good job too. You'd have to get at least 25 an hour because you're a 25-year-old and you're a boss. You're a, oh, yeah. More business like, oh yeah, that's true. Oh, that's all right. But still, it's 20. That's all right. And well, hang on a minute. So how much, give me an example of, no, tell me exactly what you got for 18 for that month, 18 an hour every day for approximately a month. You don't have to give me the exact number, but give me like within $50 range or something, because then I can give you my calculation of exactly what that would have been in Australian money, because I'm pretty good at that thing too. Like, because I've worked and calculate it. So 18, what was it? 18 pound. And how many hours a day? 6? You don't do 8, do you? Or do you overtime? Oh, well, that's standard. So that's 6, 12, 18, 24, 32 hours a week for 5 days a week. So that's 32 hours a week, a day. That's fuck. 32 hours a week for 4 weeks. That's 64. That's 108. 108 hours a month. So what's 108 hours times $18? 108 times 18. Hang on, we can work that out in our head, can't we? Just add some zeros. Hang on. Yeah, 18 times 108. Yeah, I was about to say it was around the 18,200 mark. That's pretty good. And you're not sweating your guts out in the hot sun for 12 hours a day. I'm hoping this job I get in the North Queensland mines as a labourer for $33 an hour, 2,700 a week, 3 weeks on, 1 week off. I just got to do my white card and get fit for the next 5 months, and it starts around April, after my birthday in March the 25th, when I'll be receiving Tom Clancy's Wildlands for my birthday on the 25th of March. Yeah, it comes out before that, I think. Yep. And make sure you watch that trailer too. You got to watch Angel Stone, For Honor, and Tom Clancy's Wildlands. Yeah, well, and there's another one, Angel Stone, that's just wicked. She's a sexy looking warrior with blue hands. She's got nice armor and tits and everything, and she's fighting this massive evil demon boss, man. It's just sick. And she's got these mad quick shooter sort of medieval type pirate gun looking things. But they're really like, they got big fucking, like they're heavy damage. They look like they're like fucking, like they're only like a 4-shooter or a 6-shooter or whatever. But they got big bullets and a big whack on the gun, like damage and shit. Just the way the trailer shows it. And she's got like a grapple sword. It's this big, thick fucking carved, angled type blade. And she uses, it's like a grapple chain. She uses it and it grapples into the hand of the monster. And she just uses the force of that and pulls herself right up into the air. And at the end of halfway towards the end of the trailer, she pulls the guns out when she's right up in the air in line with his head and just goes boom. Fucking unbelievable, mate. It's one of the best trailers I've ever seen, and it's coming out next year. And I want that game so bad. Oh, I don't know, man. No, I don't know. Are you watching the trailer? And you can see like it's Sheila jumping around. No, you got to watch the trailer. It's probably the wrong one. I'll send you a feed to it or a thing to it when I find it again. All right. Oh no, I meant on YouTube in the actual PlayStation thing. I'm trying to find this fucking website thing that I had a picture of. I'm sure I took a screenshot of this double adapter thing, man. Here it is. I found it. That's the one I want. Oh, what? You can't see it. Fucking spewing. There it is. Now you can see it. That's the one I want. It's a 3-plug. And it's only $10. Fucking sick. It's a 3C Smart 3-port high-definition HDMI switch with a pigtail cable. Supports 3D, 1080p high-definition audio. It's 3.5 stars, and it's $9.98. And there's a double. Well, they've only just brought out the new Diablo. I had Diablo 3 and played an earlier one, but I almost got the new one, which has got a new character in it. It's fucking pretty good. That was the new Diablo that came out a few months ago, man. You sure that's not the one? How the hell would that come up with Angel Stone? That doesn't make sense. I'm sending you a screenshot. Oh, well, it's nothing like what I've seen. It must be something different unless it's, I don't know, you're looking at another version. Yeah, well, nah, nah, it can't be the same game, bro. Not from what everyone's talked about. I mean, these games I've been looking up on every YouTube, every app, every fucking system I can find these games up about. I've got like 2 pages of like 30, 40 games that I've been studying for the past year or longer. And I just, I hate it when they bullshit you with such fucking wicked shit and then they show you crappy crap when you get it. Like, nah, not gonna cop it. I'll just get a game that's really realistic, like a Thief's End, Uncharted 4, with the maddest background and the best stunts and the swinging and pulling a winch up onto a tree to get your trailer up a muddy waterfall through this mad big valley of waterfalls and rocks and mountains and enemies. Like, it's the sickest game I've ever seen in my life. That's probably one of the best adventure attack survival sort of adventure games that I've ever played, man. Besides Tomb Raider, the first one. Rise of Tomb Raider was very trippy and different and almost as good, but nowhere near as good as the first one. It was so hectic and intense, the first one. You had wolves hunting you. You had to build everything to survive, like your own weapons and bows, and get a dead body out of a tree there at the start and use the bow that the dead body had, to use that bow to start off. Like, it was just sick, and you had men chasing you, and beasts and evil cunts, and chopping up bodies in the pit at their base and shit, and crawling through the swampy bit with the blood, and oh man, like, that was hectic, wasn't it? You played Tomb Raider, haven't you? Surely. Oh well, you know exactly what I mean then. Say no more. Yeah, yeah, I've got the box still. I don't even think I've got the game. Oh, what an idiot! I've got the cardboard box, the actual nice. It says PS4 only on PlayStation, Drake's Fortune, Among Thieves, and Drake's Deception. And then it says in big white letters, Uncharted, the Nathan Drake Collection Special Edition by Naughty Dog. I open up the little box, and there's a beautiful silver steel case, and there's a blue sticker that says, includes access to Uncharted 4 A Thief's End multiplayer beta. Oh my god, so I could have played the beta of Uncharted 4. Oh, and I forgot all about it. What an idiot. And I open it up, and I've got no game inside. Yeah, I don't understand. I think I traded it in, but me mate let me keep the steel case and the art book. I mean, would you keep a game like that? I would, because it's fucking grass. The first three, you've seen some of those, the creatures. The creatures in some of them games of Uncharted were hectic. Those creatures that he fought in number 2 and number 3, I think it was, there was like a couple of different things that he had to fight, but it was just freaky, wasn't it? Number 3, I'm pretty sure it was, yeah, and then number 2 there was something different. And then number 3, there was these really freaky, mysterious, ancient fucking bear type fucking whatever they were. Remember them things? In the big citadel thing in the tomb or whatever it was? That was freaky, man. Oh, mate, you wait till you play. That is one of the best. That's the best out of all of them, man. Except for number 4. Wait till you play number. If you think 3's good, yeah, oh, mate. 3 and 4 is the best out of all of them, guaranteed. I'm still got the art book and everything in a steel case, man. Still, so I can use the steel case for another mad adventure game. That's grouse. Sick, man. Well, you should be able to watch that mad fight scene thing that I was talking about. If you can't, I'm praying. Hey, I thought you said you didn't watch it. You said you were looking at some Diablo thing. That's what the whole thing's about, isn't it? Yeah, it's supposed to be a totally different, whole unique game from what my other mate said, who looked at a different app on their computers, and it had a bit of that, but different scene and trailer pretty much altogether. And it was a bit different to what I said, but way better. And I don't know, it's just confusing me. And now, I don't know, what did you work out about it? Did you work it out that it probably is a different game, and then you notice Diablo to be another new thing there too, or something? I don't know. What's what's where where are you looking in? Yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, sorry. I'll just. I mean a screenshot. Yeah, I'll go into YouTube and do that. Oh no, but I've already looked at them. Yes, I'll probably get the right one straight away. I hope. I hope, unless it brings up that I'd like to see that other thing actually, that similar Diablo thing. There's a lot of games similar like that, like the Dwarves. That was fucking really cool. That Dwarves, man. I wish I actually want to go watch that. Actually, I want to go watch my battles because I kept going for a while. You didn't watch them all, did you? You watched them almost to the end, didn't you? And yeah, for about 3 or 4 of the battles or something, and then the last the last 2 sections that I went to or something, you probably missed out on because you went or something. But mate, that was really cool. It just gets better and better, and it's so complex, the map. Like, oh man, that's just so cool, that game. It's in so many ways it makes me want to get it and keep playing it until I conquer it. But it's tough unless you don't if you don't use the gameplay pause tactical system and command the dwarves to go and attack the one of them to attack the dead zombie things and the other one to attack the horse or the witch elf, and then me, I'll just run over and back him up myself with the other character, my character, Tingle. And but I couldn't work it out properly yet because I've only just played it a little bit. But yeah, it's other than that, it looks really good, man. Like I beat the zombie horse. Yeah, I beat it 2 or 3 times. Once when you seen me after a couple of goes, and then I think I beat it again, and then I almost got her, and I got her energy down a bit, and there was only like I think we got all the zombies. No, there's only a couple left. There's only like 2 or 3 of the deads, and we just about won, man. We fucking wiped them all out, killed the horse, and then we just started attacking her. And I just I kept forgetting to switch characters, but I'll smash someone a fair bit, and as soon as a little bit of energy comes off, I'll change characters to a better one and switch them around a bit, but I'm trying to work out the command system. That's the thing I want to work out. It sucks. It's really tricky. I'm gonna go watch it on YouTube and look it up a bit, and watch a tutorial of it, because I want to get that game back. It's I'm just trying these games and going through a couple until I get closer to Christmas when um, because I rushed into picking this game today. I was in a bit of a hurry because someone was using their license to trade for me because I didn't have the right ID. Photo ID. I've got ID, but not photo ID at the moment. Um, so yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the ass when you got to do things like that, but it's all good. go back to the game for us, eh? What is it? Where from? All right. All right. Wow. What? What are you doing? You gotta run. Where are you running to, buddy? Ha 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 ha. Oh yeah. Any excuse to get away from your gamer buddies. Ha ha ha. Just joking.
Metal work here.
I say.
Has anyone seen my assist? He was right here.
Oh, okay. What? You mean like, hang on, what's the time over there? You're 6 hours behind me or in front of me or something? Yeah, behind me. So 6 to 10 hours.
Don't worry, boys.
So what's the time here? Hang on. Where's my phone? Holy crap, it's 5 a.m. in the morning, man, here. Fuck. Oh, I want to get on my Xbox One and try Battlefield 1 and try my earphones out, but I think I'm a bit buggered for that. But yeah, but I've never actually checked it out. I've never been able to play properly online, and I've had the Battlefield 1 Collector's Edition for 2 months now since I got it, or a bit longer maybe, because I can play online, but without earphones in a game like that, it's just too hard, and it's not as good because you're playing with a heap of 5 to 10 people, of friends running around playing against 5 to 10 other people, as well as the army fucking story enemies and shit. It's pretty hectic shit.
That cloak. I don't like the look of that one.
Well, it is a bit. It's a bit more intense than what you think. Yeah, Call of Duty's more multiplayer, just running around, same old shit, killing each other. But this. Oh, mate, it's just amazing. Have you got it? You said you got it, haven't you?
No need to be shy. Come forward.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I've got that on my Xbox One. It's a pity.
Notice all foreign merchants within the glorious war. The Città in its wisdom
No worries, man. What? It's 6 o'clock PM, did you say? Oh, hang on, 6. So 6 PM at night over there now. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's actually, is it 6 hours or 10 hours are you different to us? Well, it's 5 in the morning, so that makes 10 hours, roughly, yeah. Yeah, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So it is 10 hours, because my other English mates say it's 10 hours, so, and the Americans are a bit different. Theirs is like 6 hours or something. Or 4. Yeah, yeah. So that means in 10 hours from my time, I'll see you. All right, brother. It's a pleasure, man. I'm just glad to have a bit more of a serious gamer in my friends list, mate, because you seem like you're a person that'll play the games like Division or, you know, Titanfall 2. You'll be a good team player, and you know he'll. Have you got any of them games? Destiny, Division? Oh, that's right. Cool. So we can definitely play that one. That's good then. Thanks, man. Peace out. And have a good night. You too, bro.
Salve. Notice from Maestro Corsini il medico.
Here, over here. I have a delivery from...
Giovanni Auditore?
Yes.
Were you followed?